on board Mayuresh Joshi from Angel Broking as well. Mayuresh, hi, afternoon. What stood out for you in the monthly sales data? And don't tell me Maruti from the rest of the pack. Maruti, of course, has a habit to, improve with every month.
Yeah, agreed, Aisha, but I think that is one figure or number that has probably stood out. So largely, again, I think would concur with Sandeep in terms of the view on Tata Motors. The numbers there appear very, very lumpy at this point of time. But yes, I think Maruti numbers did impress. And going forward, as the Gujarat plant progresses further in terms of utilization levels, and as raw material costs become more benign in the coming few quarters, the stability and growth in EBITDA margin should be very, very obvious. And it possesses a healthy balance sheet as well. Top of that, again, I think two-wheelers had a very healthy show. And again, I think the restocking effect, the coming of the festive season, is something to be looked out for in terms of how the volumes will grow. The management has indicated, for example, for Hero MotoCorp to grow at a very decent clip going forward, and the maintenance of margins thereof as well. Again, Ashok Leyland in terms of numbers impressed. Yes, the past few quarters you probably saw the effect of PS4 getting played out because the pre-buying had already happened in the quarter gone by. But largely, again, I think the kind of numbers that one really expects specifically from the LCV portion, I think that can be quite substantial. There is again an electric vehicles tender that is expected to float around in the next few weeks, and Ashok Leyland can be a top contender for that as well, along with other bidders, including Tata Motors. So largely, I think these companies' numbers stood out. And yes, Eicher Motors never disappoints with the kind of pipeline it has got in terms of the demand for its bikes across the variants and categories that it produces. So I think a robust reporting in terms of both volumes and realizations will continue for Eicher as well.
All right, that's a quick word coming in on Tata Motors. I just want to weigh the landscape even at 850 odd levels, Mayuresh, very quickly.
I think a few months back I had suggested this stock on your channel being one of the best picks within the ADAC pack. But a lot of positives are probably getting factored in at this point of time. As Poonam was mentioning, each of the business prospects and aspects might get separately listed, and the growth that we've probably seen specifically in the commercial vehicle business, their home finance business, I think the growth on those sub-segments might very well continue at a very fast clip over the next few quarters. Life insurance is something that has probably struggled in terms of both the growth in AUM numbers as well as the new policy initiations in terms of gross written down value. But largely, again, I think a lot of positives getting factored in. Can there be a trading momentum? Yes. But at this point of time, I think the risk-reward parameters are indicating that the reward might be a little bit on the lower side compared to the risk that it now probably faces in terms of both the SOTP valuations as well as the run-up in the stock price that it already enjoyed.
I just want to add another bit. All F&O contracts of Reliance Capital expire on September. And Mayuresh, what's the call here? Do you believe that selectively Pharma is coming back and that you would want to perhaps pursue the case to buy Pharma, because a lot of these stocks have been badgered quite a bit over the last 6 to 8 months?
Yes, selectively, because again, I think the kind of concerns that have got played out on their balance sheets for FDA, I think has clearly affected their earnings estimates for FY18. And largely, again, the pricing pressures have been very, very evident in terms of how their top line has grown. Couple that up with the higher R&D spends that these companies are incurring, and for rightful reasons, because they do need to create a niche complex generic pipeline if they want to have the pricing by their side. So largely, again, I think the ANDA pipeline is one positive thing that these pharma companies have. As the key concerns over FDA start abating, and as the remediation and remedial costs slowly start coming down over the next few quarters, along with the new approvals on their niche generics, I think they would be in a good position FY19 onwards. I've always maintained that the earnings estimates can be very, very soft. They've actually got downgraded for FY18. FY19 will be a slow and gradual recovery year. And FY20 is when we'll actually see the actions culminating into good numbers for these companies. So unless somebody has a 2 to 3 year view on pharma stocks from the current levels, I think meaningful returns cannot be made. I think they probably might give you just about returns in this coming fiscal or year and a half. But yes, selectively, I think pharma stocks from the top tier names with that kind of a perspective do appear attractive to us.
So, NMDC and Shriram Transport